Hi everyone, today we'll be going over the overall polling landscape right now in the 2020 Democratic race. So, right now, today's main topic we'll be looking at is, has Warren kind of bottomed out, if you will, for right now, and can she come back? Because right now, pretty much the main storyline of this race is that Biden is falling, Sanders is holding steady, and Warren is climbing. But that is sort of starting to change right now, because now Sanders is starting to peak up a little bit there, but still sort of holding steady between 15 to 20% in all of these numbers. And pretty much it's been Elizabeth Warren who has been rising, but that's starting to change. Ever since the 6th of October, Warren actually was above Biden narrowly on the 8th, but then she sort of slid back down and has been sliding down ever since, back down to from 26.6 to 21.8. So it's going to be interesting to see if she can regain her momentum. Right now she's actually closer to Sanders than she is to Biden, which is a bit more stunning. So it's definitely not the case that Warren is running away with this. It's definitely not the case that Bernie Sanders is totally out of this. But it's going to be interesting to see. To see how the different candidates perform. So Elizabeth Warren, if we take a look at her poll numbers, when she announced, when was it, on New Year's Day, January 1, she was at 4.3%. She slowly but steadily started to climb, then she fell back down, but then ever since about May, she's been on this steady rise upward. This is exacerbated by her debate performance in the first debate, where she went up to 11.2. This is again coming back in the second debate, where she went up, and she's sort of just been going up, and especially since the start of mid-September to the end of early October, she has risen from 16.8 to 26, 10 points in a few weeks. That's very impressive for one particular candidate. And she sort of went from duking it out with Sanders to duking it out with Biden. But now she seems to be falling. And whether this is just a single case or whether this represents something more, has Elizabeth Warren reached the top, reached her ceiling of support? And if she has, the Warren campaign needs to find a way to increase that ceiling, just like how the Sanders campaign is trying to find a higher ceiling. Just how almost all the other campaigns feel that they have, that they have some support. Like Andrew Yang, take Andrew Yang. He has a very devoted, hardcore base of support. Right now he's at 2.5%. His hardcore base is probably between 1.5 to 2% of the electorate. The remaining 0.5 to 1% are sort of, Yang's good and I'll probably vote for him, but not all that enthusiastic. But then that hardcore group is the one who's going to come out to caucus with you at 2 in the morning, who's going to, go through the blizzard to get to the caucus site, who's going to phone bank to midnight to support their candidate. And that's sort of something that we're seeing with Bernie Sanders. He has a hardcore base of support, which means he's never really his floor is quite high, in that he probably has about between 10 and 15% of the Democratic electorate fully behind Bernie Sanders and part of his movement. Whereas it's about increasing that ceiling so that you have those hardcore base of support, but you're able to increase it. But Elizabeth Warren, she might have hit her ceiling right now, because she seems to be going down. Yes, that might just be after a debate performance, in which case we've seen most of the time the debates don't really matter. Tulsi Gabbard, with her strong second debate, did not move at all. In fact, she actually went down after that second debate. Kamala Harris, again, the debates really don't move the needle that much, and it's about maintaining this growth. Elizabeth Warren so far has probably run the best campaign in terms of groundwork and in terms of positive press, but she may have hit a ceiling right now, and that's going to be interesting to see how she recovers. This could just be a blip in the polling, and she'll continue her rise upwards from here all the way up, or this might be a storyline for something that could plague her for the rest of this race. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Peace.